That is the main entrance to the offices of Kensington and Chelsea Borough. It looks like people are actually trying to get in to the council to make their point directly. They've been frustrated that they haven't seen officials from the council.
Over 100 lives were snuffed out on June 14th in a fire that was witnessed around the world. People on the ground said it looked like the authorities wanted people to burn. A few months ago, the City of London added flammable insulation to this building, the Grenfell Tower, a tower that recently became inaccessible to fire crews, a tower where residents had complained for years about exposed gas pipes giving any fire added ammunition to spread. A tower with no sprinkler system, yet passed fire inspections. A tower where an emergency stairwell was denied funding by the City of London. Oh, but the story gets worse. After the authorities responded to the fire, they didn't do a damn thing to evacuate the building. No rescue helicopters, no suicide nets to catch people, nothing. Instead, they told residents to shelter in place and to fucking burn. This is an outrage, ladies and gentlemen. But wait, the story gets even worse than that. The mainstream media is now reporting that the origin of the fire was in an apartment on the 4th floor, and that the perp was an Ethiopian immigrant who had gathered his luggage before warning anyone. Numerous witnesses say they saw the man with luggage before he started banging on his neighbors' doors. And while that might give you something to think about, the account turns out to be a glitch in the matrix. The story of an Ethiopian man with luggage came out yesterday, June 16th. But on June 15th, in the Daily Mail article titled, "Just 15 Minutes to Disaster," they described the perp as a white British man with luggage. That's the glitch. The suspect's description has changed, and that article is still up. No retraction, no correction. So you add in the recent fire-enhancing insulation put up by the City of London, the authorities' intent to watch civilians burn, and then the change in the suspect's description. Well, what you have here is some controversy. Now let's examine the probability of this scenario. The fire could have started anywhere. The top floor, the middle floors, the bottom floor. It could have happened in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night. Obviously, had this happened at the top floor in the middle of the afternoon, hardly anyone would have been injured. But this happened in the middle of the night, while everyone was sleeping, on the bottom floor, trapping everyone inside, giving people the lowest probability to survive. So given the various factors here, from the insulation to the response from authorities, to the cover-up, the when and where this happened, that leaves only one reasonable conclusion. This towering inferno was a Gladio B event, an act of state-sponsored terrorism. In fact, the chances of this being a state-sponsored terror attack is at about 95%. 95% certainty. Whereas the chances of these variables lining up in the way they did in a worst-case scenario sequence of events is only at about 5%. And now the entire City of London has to look at this giant tombstone of death for months, if not years to come. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.